studios in Brea, California, here is the Doyledin podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Doyledin podcast. We are going to be talking about this past week on Raw, and I guess we could talk a little bit about Raw before, because I don't think we talked about it the week before. But I think we're going to mainly focus on this week's Raw because, man, what a terrible show. What a terrible show. I don't care. I'm tired of watching week after week of it just being crap. We're just being fed crap at this point. And
Look,
yeah.
It's like, I don't think it was that bad. I think it's like, hey, you have a steak and you have your potatoes and then maybe you have some like shitty vegetables. I think it's kind of like that, where like it's not all bad. Some really good. And there's maybe a piece here and there that you shove off the dog,
Yeah.
But what's your? Well, we can get into it, but
yeah,
I haven't heard you so fired up about how bad the product is. That's crazy.
So the thing is you're bringing up food, and let's keep on that theme real quick. This is the equivalent of to having like trying something that's really good, and then it's just a shitty aftertaste. Like there's just nothing to it after it, Like all right, it was good when it first hit my tongue, but now it's just my breath stinks. My it's just terrible, And just talking about how Raw opened, for us to refresh on what we saw this past Monday. It was with the Usos coming down to the ring right from the get-go, and then the Vision interrupts them and does a promo. Now, this is what upsets me, because I was like, okay, the Vision is going to smash the Usos, or is there going to be a match with the Vision and the Usos, and then the Vision gets the tag team belts, which is what we've wanted since from the fucking beginning of the Vision? But no, no, they turned it into a triple or a 6-man tag with LA Knight on the side of the Usos and the Vision, and it was just terrible. And then of course the Masked Man comes out. And the Masked Man stands on the steps like what's his name? Austin Theory, right? Austin Theory did when he was the Masked Man. But then we didn't reveal it, which is fine. We're probably not going to get the reveal till Survivor Series. No, it's not Survivor Series. Elimination Chamber. My bad. And it's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, just because Braun Breaker got a hernia, we're set back, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts of what I said?
So listen, hey, again, everything's subjective, right? But I thought the start of the show was great. They didn't need. It should have been a cold open. And by saying that, for those who don't know, cold open is you go straight into the arena, but not all of the B-roll stuff beforehand. Hey, here's what we have tonight, and here's what we have tonight. Okay, you're not on cable television anymore. You don't need to pump the show up. It's on Netflix. It's streaming. People can tune in whenever. They don't need to see this. If somebody's streaming and they pop Raw on right away and it's straight to action, now you have me hooked. But if you're going to go ahead and start saying, well, we have this tonight and that tonight, and then tonight we have this, and it's bad walking shots of some people, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I want action. If I'm watching Netflix, I want action. It's different than cable TV. It's different than satellite. It's different than your generic TV channels. I digress on that. I thought the start, once you got past that and you went to the cold open, which is what it should have been, I thought it was great. I thought it was phenomenal that the Usos and they got cut off, because I am sick of, for anybody who's sick of the yeet shit, this was great. Cut them off. Now I'm on the Vision side, so I don't know if that really worked for them, but a lot of people popped when the Vision came out because they knew they were going to see some action. And then the promo was good. The back and forth was good. LA Knight coming out was good. I thought it was great. But hey, it's action out the gate, and it's top tier action out the gate of what they have on their roster, considering everything that's gone on with injuries and apparently storyline injuries. But I was okay with this. I enjoyed it. again, Jimmy Uso outshines Jey Uso in my opinion. And I don't
can
know
agree to
why.
that.
I'll say it to the day I die. I don't know why Jey got the push over Jimmy. Maybe it's just more relatable. I don't know, but Jimmy's definitely a better worker these days than Jey is. And I thought it was a decent match. LA Knight looked good. The whole ski mask guy thing. I honestly believe it's the same guy that was the original guy. I think they knew what they were doing here, and because it's same stature, same kind of. I don't think that it was Austin Theory in the beginning, but it was when they wanted to do the reveal. And I think it's the same guy, but it's going to be the second reveal or not. Who knows? It may not even be that guy that they're going to reveal. But I think the guy, both times, is the same guy playing that part. And that's throw people off, right? And that's totally fine.
It's awesome. I prefer it.
And I thought it was Jericho. Maybe it's going to be Jericho. Maybe it's Jericho in the box that we'll talk about later. But I guess he just re-signed with AEW, so it's not going to be him. Finn Balor, but I guess Finn does he have tattoos on his hands? I don't know. It looks like Finn's stature and the way he stands and the way he does all that stuff. But again, I thought it was good. I thought it got the point across. It served its purpose. It got the show rolling hot, and I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it.
So, do we even know why the Usos were coming down to the ring?
We don't even know.
But like, there had to have been like a match, or they were going to cut a promo, or like
they were going to cut a promo, and now they didn't get a chance.
I don't know. I just feel like
thankfully,
the division just came out and they just didn't even acknowledge the Usos, which I guess they're heels. It's not whatever, but at the same time, I felt like they just threw the Usos into this, and it was like just to give them something to do. And I wish that the tag belts would have been on the line or something. Like, get the tag belts off of them or something and give it to the Vision. We need the Vision with belts because the Vision is just a joke. Like, it's just become a joke and just not taken seriously.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that after Elimination Chamber. I think they're just really trying to push towards Elimination Chamber right now, get interested in that, sell those tickets. And I think once that happens, I think you're going to see more of the Uso Vision and the belts coming to the Vision. I believe. I don't know. That's just my guess. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I would sow the seeds like you did last Monday, and go from there. But again, I don't know creative's idea what's going on with the Masked Man, what's happening with because Braun Breaker's out now, and does Austin Creed go for a singles title? Does Logan Paul and Austin Theory go for the tag belts? I mean, which two go for? Which who knows?
I would give it to Logan Paul and Austin Theory just because I think they work the best, and then have the Auszilla be like the bodyguard or something,
Yeah.
I
mean, Austin Theory and Logan Paul as a tag team, phenomenal.
Yeah, I can see it.
Great,
Agreed.
And they split down the line, and Logan Paul turns face, a year from now, and over like Rover,
I don't think Logan would ever get over as a face. He's had so many controversies. He's had so many scams that he's been part of. There's no way he's going to be a face anytime soon. I just don't see it. I think he's somebody that will always be a heel. And like, I feel like anybody who's a fan of WWE can acknowledge that they don't like Logan Paul as a person, but as a performer and as a wrestler, he's phenomenal. I think he understands, the business probably more than wrestlers on that roster, and it's just.
And that's why I believe he could turn face, because he respects tradition. He understands the psychology. He's so good. I mean, you may not like him personally, that's fine. But you know what? If he keeps out of the spotlight for 6 months while he's a face, he only has to be a face for 6 months. On the lead up to it, he could garner sympathy. I'm telling you right now, he can do it.
I would be interested to see him do it, but I don't think it would be like it would have to be something that would slowly build up to it, of course. But
Yeah.
But
We'll see.
yeah. I mean, that's how the show opened with that 6-man tag with LA Knight, Usos versus the Vision. The match as a whole, what'd you think about that? Like, would you just whatever?
Yeah, I thought it was a decent match. I mean, served its purpose. There was no real anything on the line kind of thing. Just more of a beef between heels and faces, and it served the purpose at the end because you got the masked guy coming out and furthering that storyline. So the whole what happened during the match wasn't too big of a deal. It was the payoff at the finish that really served the purpose.
Yeah. Well, that's the show, guys. I'm just kidding.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. No. I mean, let's see what else we got. We had the CM. What do you think of the CM Punk and Finn Balor stuff?
I like it a lot.
And why?
I like this Finn. Because I like Finn being this type of Finn Balor, as opposed to just stuck in these vignettes backstage where he's trying to control or keep calm, play babysitter to the group. I like him being, hey, you know what? I'm still a freaking world champ material, and it's time for me to be serious here and go after that. And I wouldn't be surprised if the demon comes out.
Please.
I've been pulling for it, but I mean,
they brought his original music back.
They did. I love that.
Yeah,
loved it. Which got a pop, and people started. This crowd these days, that's what they do. So
they love the music.
If you want him to be a heel, I mean, you've got to not do that kind of thing. And I think some people are going to start pulling towards Balor a little bit, and not everybody's supporting Punk. So I think it's a good angle. I like it, and I hope they do Finn well by this, and not just job him out and then that's it. Back to being babysitter for Judgment Day backstage.
But see, I think that's what they're gonna do, but like not so much the babysitter for Judgment Day. It'll like he's. Do you think he's going to win against Punk at Elimination Chamber? I mean that's why I don't like it that much, because this push for Finn is so good, and it's so deserved for him as well. But I believe he's not going to win, and it's just kind of going to fizzle out and mean nothing by the end of it.
I don't think he's going to win, but I think it's going to be one of the Judgment Day that costs him the match. And that will create a whole new storyline for him moving forward. Judgment Day kind of splinters.
And then
maybe he's out and he turns face,
It takes the belt off Dominic Mysterio or something, the Intercontinental.
I mean, he could. I just don't think it's going to be Dominic. I think it's going to be JD. I think him and JD are going to, kind of blow up and have a feud afterwards that maybe leads to Mania. And yeah, I don't. Not that I don't think he deserves the belt. I agree with you. I think he does, and I think he can be a world champ for a bit. I just don't see him switching off Punk till Mania, if they switch it off him at all.
Yeah,
in the near future,
Yeah, I think Punk versus Roman is such a bigger draw than Finn versus Roman. Know, and as much as I hate to say that, because I really like Finn as a wrestler, but they gotta do what gets them the money.
Yeah.
So,
and and it may not be JD. I mean, as a way to carry and really pump up Mania, I mean, you could have Roman come down and cost Balor the match, and he takes Balor out, and then you have Balor pissed for the next few weeks leading up to Mania, trying to get revenge on Roman. And they have a match maybe the week before Mania, and I don't know if there's a Saturday Night's Main Event lined up or not, and Punk gets involved in that, and it just piques more interest in that main event because they're having. I haven't seen anything in the last couple of weeks, but it seems like they're having trouble selling tickets. Again, pricing way high, and nobody's willing to pay when you're serving up, what they're serving up. So they've reduced some prices on the tickets, but you're getting closer. You got to start putting more interest into the product, and you can have Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. Doesn't mean it's going to sell.
Yeah.
WWE did it first, and with Hogan and Flair, and it was like a wet fart. It wasn't that good, and because the build wasn't there, because both men, just like now, the build isn't there. It's been too short. Roman just came back. He wins the Royal Rumble out of nowhere, and now he's in Mania. It's kind of like,
and he hasn't even shown up on Raw that often. It's
once, right? But I mean, there's got to be more to it. There's got to be more sizzle to the steak, right? It's not just here's the match.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want Roman to be heel, why isn't he beating the shit out of Punk backstage and causing a ruckus on the show and people going, oh my God, I want to see this guy now lose? Because, why do they want to see this match? Just because of the names? No. We're losing ourselves here. And I think we've lost a lot of that in recent years in WWE. There has to be more to it than just this guy versus this guy.
Yeah.
You don't watch a movie and go, oh, well, John McClane, Die Hard is, it's just him against Hans Gruber. Okay, but why? Well, Hans is trying to fucking blow up the building and steal all the money and kill all the innocent people. And he's trying to save him. There's a whole build-up, right, to that main event of see you off the edge of the building.
Yeah.
And, it's not just I hate you.
Not just action figures fighting. That with no storyline, And
that's a lot of it nowadays. It's more like, I think, and it seems like certain people this applies to more than others, but they put too much stock in how they look on social media, and they want to not have certain things said about them, or not have. I think that's why we don't have a heel commentator these days, like a real heel commentator, like you did, with Jerry Lawler and Jesse Ventura and Bobby Heenan, where they'd make references about somebody and their families. Who cares? It's a show. It's sports entertainment. But now it's all, well, I don't. People, it's going to be on social media, and people, okay, get over it. Okay, then stay off social media.
Yep. That's it.
Block people, or be private, and just have the people that you really care about, because that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Not some goofball is in his mom's basement, in his boxers, tweeting, "Oh, did you see how stupid he looked on Raw?" No, it's a show, idiot. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we need to get back to where there's assaults happening every week on Raw, and almost, downright illegal, and back to how wrestling should be. Put the interest in the product, and we'd have more ticket sales, and you wouldn't have to gouge people.
It needs to feel more bare bones,
Sure.
Needs to feel more just, I don't know. I know they got so much money, and I feel like they like showing off how much money they got. And it's just it doesn't translate well to the wrestling, to that wrestling theme, that sweaty dudes wrestling each other. It's not like we get off to that. It's just it's fucking cool to see. It's fucking cool to see these buff dudes just beating the crap out of each other. Yeah, we know it's fake. We don't give a fuck. But so are movies and TV shows. It's still entertaining, And comic books. You look how every character looks in comics. It is so over exaggerated, over just built to the brim of muscles upon muscles. It's because it's cool to look at. It's cool to just see those monsters fight each other. and you know, I mean, let's segue into this. I mean, I know it's kind of getting ahead of ourselves, but it's still in the men's division. But with the main event of Raw, you have Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio versus Javon Evans. Now, you tell anybody who's been following WWE for, let's say, the past year, and you ask them who they think is going to win, and Javon Evans is going to be their last pick because they're not even going to know who the fuck that is. And he does not have the build of a wrestler, and he's not even that interesting. He like we said last episode, like he doesn't have a character to him. He's just a like TikTok kid. Like that's kind of it. It's not really a character, you know. Like I don't know. I feel like they've seen, you know, I Show Speed, and they're like, well, we got to replicate that in some way. There's Javon Evans, you know, and
Absolutely.
and it's like Dominic Mysterio, phenomenal in the ring. He doesn't have that build that I was talking about, but Gunther, he has that build. He is that dude that looks like a monster, and he's good. He's good in the ring as well. But then you got Javon Evans, who beat these two, Dominic Mysterio. He's got 2 belts on him. Then you got Gunther, who's retired AJ Styles and John Cena and Goldberg, and he lost to Javon Evans.
Yeah, and that's just it. I guarantee you that the mentality on whoever came up with this was, well, that's going to get him over huge because he's beaten a guy with 2 belts and a guy who retired 3 superstars. It's going to get him over. No, it's not.
No,
a total opposite effect. Makes your product look bad because he does not look. If he was had something to his personality and looked like a monster, I'd get it. But it's Kofi Kingston 2.0.
We've never even seen him cut a promo. Like
I have
on Raw.
Yeah,
you know.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, I get it. You gotta. If you put stock in someone and you want to see them do well, you gotta, strap a rocket to them, see where it goes. But this is not it. You know, this is definitely not it. And there's a mentality backstage. I don't know where it's coming from, where it feels like we got to have all this certain agenda stuff going on, and it's hurting the product. And Javon Evans there's no appeal to him in my opinion. There's a small audience, sure. Everybody can be over with a small audience, but is that translating into the mass audience of streams, ticket sales? No, it's not going to. Not with him.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, cool. I don't think I am.
I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong and see this dude actually like excel and they do something with him. But like right now with what we got from him, it's just not it.
Yeah, to finish it, how this match went was just, for me, served no purpose for your Intercontinental Champion.
Triple A champion
for the
too.
guy, Triple A champion, and the guy who just retired 3 legends. What are we doing? There should have been somebody who came out to take Gunther out. If you're going to have a new storyline for Gunther, somebody come out and take him out of the picture. Now it's more believable that he has this, feud with Dominic in there, and he can go one-on-one with Dominic. But when you have 2 heels and on one face, and the face still ends up winning, you would expect that face to be some kind of a monster or some kind of, threat. But they look at him and you go, "What the? Really?"
Yeah.
And then you could have had, after Elimination Chamber, you could have Javon against, Dominic for the Intercontinental title, because it was one-on-one in that match, because he took Gunther out and he beat, Dominic in that scenario. So he has a legitimate claim to the Intercontinental title. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't get it at all. I think I think they're fumbling, but who knows? They might have a end goal with Javon Evans in some way, shape, or form. They might surprise us I don't know. I don't think they will, but
Well, again, though, it doesn't matter what they have in store. It's can he pull it off? You
yeah,
know, and looking, I think that his personality is going to get old real quick with the wrestling audience. It just seems like he's over the top YouTuber kind of guy. And
yep.
I'm not even talking about a Logan Paul type of YouTuber. Just this annoying, like you said, whatever his name was,
I
Speed
show
or whatever.
speed.
Yeah, like kind of like him, but more annoying or just less. We've already seen it; it didn't work with him. Maybe they're trying to replicate that into a position that Speed was supposed to be in. I don't know, but it's not. Maybe I'm too old. I don't know, but it's just I don't see it connecting with the younger audience. I have a
Yeah,
10-year-old who shows zero interest in him, and that's what I'm basing that off.
yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
he loves YouTube. He watches Speed and all those guys,
I like
and
I
a
show
bunch of
speed.
different YouTubers.
I think he's.
I don't know enough about him, but I mean, but he had zero interest in this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can go over who's in the elimination chamber, or maybe we could save that till the end while we still go over Raw. But, I mean, while we're on the topic of things that are just so awful,
I know what's coming.
there's two things. There's actually it keeps going. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Okay, the best thing about this episode of Raw was honestly the El Grande Americano stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that stuff was so much more entertaining than anything on the show.
Yeah,
We got
they're doing
so
a great job.
close,
They're doing a great job.
so close to revealing who it is under there. But I mean, do you have any idea who's the El Grande Americano and then the original El Grande Americano? One of them's got to be Chad Gable, right?
Yeah, the original is Jack Gable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, and then this tall, skinny one is Ludwig Kaiser, right?
Okay.
Who was with in the Imperium and with Gunther.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, because what happened to Chad Gable? Where has he been? I mean, I know he's been.
He's been hurt. That's why they have to change it up because he got hurt. He
Gotcha.
got hurt, and then they're like, "Well, let's just put this other guy out and pretend there's nothing different," which was hilarious. A great idea.
Yeah.
And now we have this Spawn in storyline that was not meant to be ever, just by
Yeah,
happen chance. But
and I think that would be a perfect match for Elimination Chamber or even WrestleMania, where the loser has to take off their mask and
sure.
retire being a luchador.
Yeah.
And and having Penta involved was pretty cool. I mean, I like Penta. I think he's pretty decent in the ring.
Yeah.
And I thought at this point maybe Penta would have had a bigger push than he has now, but I guess there's only so much you could do with him. But yeah, I love the El Grande Americano stuff. I think it's hilarious. I think it's not too over the top, and it's something that we haven't seen, but it's also something that feels familiar as well. I feel like we've gotten stuff like this in like the early 2000s of WWE, and I don't know. I just love it. I think it's great.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
But what's not great is what's going on with Natalia, who's changed her name to Natty and looks like a UFC fighter from Temu or something. The fuck's the deal with that?
Yeah.
Like, what was that look? That's the first time I've seen. Was that look? Is this new? Is this their first time looking like that, or?
Yeah, I mean, she's been a heel before, but yeah, this is more of a trained fighter who tried to train Maxine Dupree, and she's just pissed off and tired of taking a backseat to everybody else that has come after her and before her. And I like it. I like heel Natty is a little overdone. I don't know who's producing the women right now, but between this and what's her face,
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I like Natty as a heel, and
Yes.
I think that as long as they don't overdo it, and go to the extreme of trying to make her look like a hood fighter,
But
it'll be
then we
okay.
still have her coming out to the Bret Hart music. Like, what the like?
Yeah.
It's kind of just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're going to change up the name and you're going to change up the look, I mean, why not change the music too? I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because it's like, okay, you come out to the Bret Hart music and then you look nothing like you're related to Bret Hart at all, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused on what's going on with that. Like, I get what I get. The whole like she's tired of taking a back seat, but so is Finn Balor, and they're doing phenomenal with that, in my opinion. And and Maxine
Change up his
Dupree,
music.
yeah, and
Game
change
his
his
own
music. And Maxine Dupree actually held the belt for a little. I mean, I'm sure Natalie's held the belt in her fucking career at some point, but I don't know. We'll have to fact check that, but
I don't think she is. I don't think she has, which is part of the problem, right?
gotcha.
I think she might have been world champ for a small stint, but I don't think she was ever women's intercontinental champion. But I hope that somehow Maxine gets a belt back or is given more of a chance to be a singles star, because I think she has what it takes to really help drive that division and be a top player in the women's division. I thought she did phenomenal in the build-up to beating Becky for the belt, and then while she was champion. It was unfortunate to see it last. So, not last. I mean, just didn't make sense.
No,
Great build-up, and then just fizzled out.
Fizzled out, and then like no follow up or anything. Now
Yeah.
Becky is Jesus Christ. It was so funny. I was watching some of this with my girlfriend, and thinking about it now. You have two Irish people who are pretty front and center in both men's and women's division. That's Becky Lynch and Finn Balor. Finn Balor, going great, doing. I feel like he understands the business a lot more than Becky Lynch does. Or Becky Lynch is just kind of like, what? I don't know what I don't know what they're doing with her character anymore. Like I don't know why they don't make her part of the vision. Why didn't they make her part of the vision in replacement of Seth Rollins? I feel like her character fits more with the vision than on her own because of how silly they're making her, or how silly she's making herself.
She's not. Her acting chops are not good.
No.
And I think part of that, I mean, if you go back and look at some of her previous work, pre-pregnancy, pre-child,
Phenomenal.
it was better than this. She wasn't always the greatest actress. It was better than this. But I think part of it is now that she's a mom, that she doesn't want to come across as some mean, I think that's part of the problem. Again, going back to the social media image and all that, and not taking the business seriously.
No kayfabe.
And no kayfabe, caring more about what those around you think and your family thinks, or your family's friends think, or how the other kids are going to treat my daughter. Well, okay, figure it out. This is your job. This is a business.
You get paid millions and millions of fucking dollars by the Saudis.
They're making so much money these days. Yeah. I mean, you listen to some of the heel kids, the kids of heels from the 80s and 90s, and their stories of, I go to school and I get bullied because, my dad was being a heel, and I have to go to the principal's office and talk to them, and they'd have to sit the kids down and tell them, look, hey, without trying to break kayfabe. And these kids would take the brunt of it at school just to not break kayfabe. Do we want kids subjected to bullying? Of course not. But at the same time, figure it out.
Maybe kids need to be a little bullied here and there.
Stop caring about. And that's what it is. I mean, again, though, she's never been a great actress. Go back and look at her previous stuff. It wasn't as bad as this, but it was never great.
I really miss Becky Lynch before she got pregnant. Because like I remember it felt like the Austin of the women's division, and I thought, if I remember correctly, right when she had to leave, like it was at the height of like where she was, or the height of the women's division, and I was so disappointed that she had to go. And then when she came back, I was so excited, and then let down, like immediately. Yeah, I
mean,
I don't know.
But Seth's been the same way. I mean, he's just been awful too. I mean, and then when you find out that the injury angle was just an angle, it wasn't even an injury. It's like, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
So now you're just so you can stay home. I mean, this is the wrestling business, Either you're here or you're not.
Yeah.
And you have the ability now to take your kids on the road because you just got so much money. So I don't know, man. Either in or out, and if you're in, then balls to the wall. If not, don't bring your bad acting. Go take it somewhere else,
Take some fucking classes.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, last 2 weeks has set the women's division back so much. It's awful. When it comes to those two, her and AJ Lee. AJ Lee's not so bad. She at least can cut a decent promo and get the crowd to be behind her, But I think the art of the promo is something that's just gone by the wayside,
Yeah.
I mean, I can come out there as a heel and tell you, Drew, you being the babyface, that I want your belt. And it's all in the delivery. Because I can say the same thing as a face and get people to cheer me. So it's all in the delivery, and these guys are missing the delivery and how to deliver promos and acting. I mean, terrible acting like you're scared, and terrible like this is just awful. And I don't know, they need to have promo class or something, because this is just bringing the business down in general.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the whole bit where Becky just wouldn't hit AJ. Like, why would she not hit AJ? Becky is like almost twice AJ's size. She has the fucking belt. She already is saying that she's the best wrestler in the women's division. What does it serve her character to not beat the shit out of AJ Lee? Almost said Styles.
100% agree with you. However, if you're not going to hit her, just stand there, stare at her, and then just back up and walk away. And then people are like, whoa, like she's rattled. But when you start this fake, crappy, I'm going to hit you. No, I'm not, because I'm scared. It's like, oh my God. It's like fucking Three Stooges bullshit, Absolutely terrible. Now, not only do I not think you're scared, because you're acting like a complete tool. Now I think the women's division is a joke. And you've just blown it out of the water. I mean, this is, again, exposing the business 101 right in a live show.
And it's not just you saying it; it's Doyledin saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where'd I go? Jeez.
Okay, blurry face.
Sorry.
But that joke
was so bad it fucking lost focus on me.
Absolutely awful, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful. And I thought after the week before that they probably wouldn't put them back in the ring and try this shit again. Sure enough, they go right back to it. That was so bad. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I was watching that with my girlfriend, and she was just like, "Is it usually that cringy?" I'm like, "No, no,
right?
No."
I mean, and that's something you got to think about, and that's something you always should be thinking about when you're putting the show on. It's like, okay, if you're not even a fan, you're just a casual fan just tuning in. How's this going to look? Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, and I mean, even with CM Punk, I feel like his promos are not even that great. compared to how they used to be. And AJ Lee's promo was terrible, saying that she basically made the women's division. No, you kind of didn't.
Right.
Just because you held the pink little butterfly belt, which is honestly a really cool belt. Like
that was a Divas belt, which was around before she even came along, I think.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I think that's a really cool belt, But I guess calling it a diva is just in the diva division is not politically correct anymore. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Well, we want to call it the women's division so people take it more seriously. Becky, act. Okay.
Yeah, it's going back to talk about kayfabe. I was thinking about that, especially after watching this episode. Is none of these? I feel like it's hard for these performers to take their character seriously because they go in with the knowledge of knowing, don't worry, everybody knows it's fake. Just do what you got to do out there, perform, and then come back, and then everything's fine. But no, like you talk about, all the old school wrestlers, the legends, they were method actors. They were in character 24/7. Maybe not when, they're by themselves, but if there's somebody around that they think, okay, this person probably watches wrestling, I gotta be that character still. And I feel like it's the complete opposite now, where they're just in character, like, but when they're in character, it's very just like lazy, just kind of like half-assed. It's not like believable as it used to be. Everybody knew it was fake, but there was still always that discussion. Is it really? Are you sure though? Are you sure that guy's not really an asshole? I don't know. I feel like this guy could be an asshole. He's pretty good at being an asshole. It's just there's none of that. There's none of that anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't often talk about this guy, but Bret Hart. To quote the great Bret Hart, it's not a quote, but it's generally what he said. It's like, people may understand that it's choreographed, predetermined, fake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I want them leaving that building and having doubt in their mind. Like, well, was that real? I know was that match real? Was that what happened right there? Was that real? And everybody should have that mentality going out to the ring. It's like, I want to make believers out of these people. Yeah. And if you can't do that, then you're in the wrong business. So it's yeah. And again, though, a lot of it goes back to not just the matches, but the promos. The promos are where tickets are sold.
Yeah.
And if I can't, it's like, they don't just drive cars on a TV commercial for cars. They talk about it. It's the promo. They're telling you how good this car is. They're telling you oh man, you want to know how much luxury is in this vehicle? All the different bells and whistles, all that good stuff. Yeah, sure, it looks good. But did you hear that it has this and it has that? Oh man, I gotta go get me a whatever car. And the promo matters, how it's delivered, how it's sold. That's why you have certain people who do certain commercials, because that voice, they know how to sell that product. Well, John you're Cena. In the ring, you're selling a product. You're selling a product. Okay, your match for WrestleMania, that's the product you're selling. The match for Elimination Chamber, that's the product you're selling. You're not selling Raw because you're already on Raw. People are already tuned in to watch it. That's already sold. You're selling the next one.
Yep.
And again, if you can't cut a promo and it's all in the delivery, if I'm a manager and Drew, you're in the ring, I'm going to make sure I get you over. I'm a manager. Trying to get myself over, it makes no sense. But if you're a face or a heel, doesn't matter what I am, whatever you are, I'm getting you over. Mm-hmm. So if you're a baby face, I'm going to say, oh, you look all good. You look 6'2" and jacked to the rims. I know you're a big threat, so I'm putting you over by also showing that I'm scared, right? But I'm putting you over. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Now, if if you're a heel and I'm a baby face, I'm going to say, hey, I don't care if you're 6'2". I've climbed mountains before. Now I'm putting myself over the fact that, yes, you're a big monster, but I'm the underdog. And the fans want to see that in somebody that they support as an underdog. Now I'm going to try and climb that mountain. Yeah, fuck yeah. That's the American dream. That's the American story. Underdogs, right?
Yes.
And not just America, that's worldwide, right? But same thing. Just if you're a heel, how you deliver it. If you're a face, how you deliver it.
Yeah.
If you're I don't like heels being in commercials. It takes away.
Is there an example that came to mind when you said that? Like
there was a commercial on during Raw.
During Raw.
And it was kind of funny. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I forget what it was for though. But Bronson Reed was in it, and he was giving a piggyback to some kid.
Oh yeah, it's like a food commercial or something, right?
Might have been a Slim Jim. I don't know.
I don't think it was Slim Jim. I think it was like something else,
or
maybe it was like an internet. I don't fucking know.
But here I am trying to make this guy a monster during my show, and now he's giving piggyback rides during commercial breaks.
He should have like slammed the kid through a wall or something, or like threw him on. Like, I don't know, tsunami'd him on his bed or whatever.
And I know you'll get people going, well, it's just entertainment. He's not really a heel. Well, then he shouldn't be in the Bronson Reed character in the commercial.
Yeah.
Because Bronson Reed is a heel. Bronson Reed, WWE is a heel.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about, well, these storylines don't work, well, this is why they don't work. It's not always a talent that can't get something over. When you expose, oh, Bronson Reed's funny in this commercial. Now you want me to hate him against this guy? I don't really like that guy already, so no, I'm not actually going to cheer for Bronson Reed now.
Yep.
Because he's in a cool commercial.
And remember, guys, these people make money that we'll probably never see in our lifetime. In a month, okay? Like there's a reason why we're criticizing it so much, and it's because we know that they can do so much better, especially with the amount of they make so much more money than the legends used to make. Way back when, and they put in way more effort than they do now. And that's I think where our frustration comes from, is that you have these wrestlers back then who wrestled for hot dog and a handshake, and they put their all into whatever they were doing, whatever promo they were doing, and now it's just like, well, I already got my money, I'll just go out there, yeah, I'm gonna get your belt, see you at Survivor Series or whatever, Elimination Chamber. I don't know why I keep calling it Survivor Series, but that's it. See ya. That's what the promos feel like now. It's just kind of like, what? Like, come on, guys. Like I feel like none of these wrestlers watch old wrestling. None of these and they probably have seen a couple matches, a couple promos, but like watching it from start to finish, knowing how the show works, knowing how each episode of Raw used to go down back then, or SmackDown, or whatever they had going on, and I feel like it's a lot of it is just, yeah, when I was a kid I watched The Undertaker, but like, why don't you just still watch The Undertaker? Like, those are characters that, again, there's so much history behind the Undertaker and how that came to be, that there's no similar character now that would have anywhere near that level of history with how not just the Undertaker, but the guy, I don't know his name, that's how fucking famous the Undertaker is, but because he had a character before the Undertaker, right?
Not in WWE, no. In WCW, he's Mean Mark Callis, Mark Calloway. So he might have been called Big Red or something like that.
Yeah,
I forget.
But still, the history of it, explained by him too, is phenomenal. Is so unique, and it makes it such more magical that it's only, it was like a lightning in a bottle. There's you're not going to be able to get that again, you know. And and on the contrary, you know, playing devil's advocate, if you're never going to get that again, why try so hard? Well, but that's not the point, you know. The point is, give the fans what they deserve, especially with the amount of money that these fans are forking over. You're having me pay fucking monthly for a subscription so I can watch these multi-millionaires perform a half-ass show. You know, it's as a fan, I feel disrespected every time I watch Raw, and that this is the level of content that they give us. You know.
Yeah, and you said something interesting there. It's like, well, if you're not going to be able to capture it again, why bother? Well, what if Mark Calloway had that attitude with the Undertaker gimmick?
Exactly.
Well, we're not going to capture, Hulk Hogan or the Iron Sheik or, no, he made it his own. He didn't compare himself to those. He focused on his gimmick. We've talked about this before. You have to be all sold in on the gimmick and make it work. Be the best damn garbage man, be the best damn guy in polka dots, be the best damn guy, whatever it is that you do, unless you have a better idea. And if you don't have a better idea, then quit your bitching and get on with it. A lot of people will gripe about, certain things. This gimmick sucks. Okay, well, what have you got? Well, I don't have anything. Then shut up. At least you have something. Make it work. That's your job. That's why you're getting paid. Your job is not just for the match out there for the 5 minutes that you go once a week on TV. Your match is to get that, whatever your name is, make the public believe that you are actually this guy, our character, our personality on TV. And that's your job. And yeah, it's lost. It really is. It's not a priority in this day and age where it's like, there's so much sympathy towards the whiny bitches out there.
Yeah.
It's this generation of, everybody gets a trophy, so I can suck, but I still win. It's like, no, not in this. You don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back to Pop Warner football or, Little League baseball or whatever. You want to keep getting trophies for doing nothing. WWE needs to make it like, hey, do your job, do it right. Watch these. I'm telling you, I can say it again. I've said it before on the show. Bret Hart, Austin, greatest match ever. Go watch it. If you want to be a wrestler, go watch it. Shawn Michaels matches, go watch it. Scott Hall's matches, early Scott Hall. Kurt Angle, Steve Austin, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh man.
But don't watch these matches just to go, oh, I want to do that move. No, you don't watch it for the moves. You watch it for the psychology, the facial expressions,
the storytelling.
What happens
in the ring?
Storytelling. What happens after a move? What next and why? And
pay attention to how it flows too. I feel like that art is so lost now. It's just, all right, let's do this spot. Okay, cool. Let's just act a little tired. All right. And then now let's do this move. But it's, you go back and watch any of the wrestlers you named wrestle. It's they enter the ring looking like $1 million. They leave the ring looking like $5, and it's that psychology, like you said, that storytelling that you need to have in the ring. They're not just, doing these flashy moves. They're supposed to be beating the shit out of each other. Right. So make it look like it's two dudes beating the shit out of each other.
Right.
And
after the match, make it look like you just got the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
Instead of, did you guys see that? That was fun. All right, yay, me. And that's part of the problem. It's a very yay, me attitude, a lot of these performers.
Yeah. Everybody wants their spotlight.
Everybody wants a spotlight. Again, they got to look good on social media. They can't have anybody thinking poorly of them. They can't play the gimmick. They can't play the role. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, I feel like we've said that we needed to say what we needed to say on Raw about Raw. Should we talk Elimination Chamber? Because I think it's not this Saturday, but next Saturday, right? Yeah, the 28th.
Didn't tell you.
28th of February is when it is when.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Well, actually, no, because today's the 20th, so not this Saturday, so next Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So far, as far as the Elimination Chamber goes, we have 4 wrestlers that are confirmed to be in the Elimination Chamber, and that is Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Javon Evans. We then are now going to have a qualifying match on next Raw with Bronson Reed and some other people. I mean, Bronson Reed's got to win that because you got to have some representation of the Vision in there, especially with LA Knight. And I mean, Cody Rhodes has kind of dealt with the Vision a little bit, but yeah, I mean, just considering those 4 entrants, what do you think? Do you think any of these people are going to be the winners, or do you think it's going to be the last 2 entrants that we need?
Well, I mean, if you want to make somebody, this is a great match to use to make somebody a superstar. And I think this would be a huge step if they put LA Knight over on this one. I think this would be huge for him. I think would really put a lot of interest in him where he's going for WrestleMania. But yeah, that's where I would go with this.
And whoever wins this goes up against Drew McIntyre. So I would love to see LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre.
That's a match right there. You look at those 2 guys side by side. I'm like, fuck, impressive, right?
Yep.
I mean, the build, the look,
the promos we would get.
Promos.
I mean, I have to see what other.
Yeah, I mean, you look at LA Knight's promos; they're solid, always good. He's very Austin Rock-esque throwback to those legends. And Drew's always pretty good, fluid, smooth. Gets his point across. I think they'd have a great time building up the Mania.
Yeah, I think that would be fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the remaining qualifying matches that we have, there's 2. There's going to be one tonight on SmackDown, and it's between Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams. Glad I don't watch SmackDown. And then next Raw, it'll be between Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, and the original El Grande Americano.
Yeah, Bronson Reed for sure is getting that one.
Please don't.
Trick Williams is probably winning the one tonight, which who cares? But then you have Bronson Reed and LA Knight going at it, and for LA Knight to get the win on Bronson Reed to win Elimination Chamber, that's payback,
Yeah. Or do you think the max demand is going to cost Bronson Reed the match?
Sure, good.
And then maybe have El Grande Americano. Or I mean, I'd rather
match man could cost him the match at Elimination Chamber.
That's true.
Set up for Mania.
It's true. And then maybe that's when we get the reveal of who it is.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, LA Knight winning Elimination Chamber would be phenomenal, and I hope that's the case. But yeah.
So I would have Bronson Reed win that match Monday night, go to Elimination Chamber. It's just the 2 of those left. Bronson Reed, LA Knight, boom, boom, boom. Here comes the masked guy from underneath the ring. How the hell did he get there? Cost Bronson Reed the match. Scurries back under the ring. The next night he comes out and reveals himself. I don't think you'd want him to reveal himself right there because you're kind of taking away from LA Knight's shine because you're really trying to get LA Knight over right now. And then, next night on Raw, like I said, you have that guy reveal his face and take the mask off and go from there.
That sounds fantastic. I hope that's what
Let's
they do.
Book it.
Book it. And then, of course, we're going to have Finn Balor versus CM Punk. We kind of talked about that already. I mean, CM Punk's got to win that match.
Yeah.
And then the Women's Elimination Chamber. So far, we have Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss in the Elimination Chamber. And the where is the other matches that were? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. My bad. So the upcoming match, which will be aired tonight, would be between Charlotte Flair, Kiana James, and Nia Jax. And then
I'd have Kiana James win that.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her, but
get familiar.
Okay. Is she good? She
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
She's got some talent. She's going to be a big player, I think, in the women's division. Nia Jax, I wouldn't. And Charlotte Flair, I couldn't care less about either. The character, of course, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, of those people that are in the of those women wrestlers, which one do you think would win? Because I don't know who they're going to face at WrestleMania. It's not saying. It specifically said that Drew McIntyre is going to be the one that they face. Is going to be the one that the winner faces at WrestleMania, but it doesn't say on the website on which champion.
I wouldn't be opposed to Kiana James. There's only one match left for the women's. I thought it would be two. No,
there's two, but it's not showing me which is going to be on Monday night. It's not showing me which women's matches they're going to have, like who's going to be that last spot.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have Raquel Rodriguez in there somewhere. I don't know if that's still viable or not, but yeah, I mean, out of what you've told me already, as far as those names go, I'd say Kiana James or Rhea Ripley. But I think Rhea Ripley's same old, at this point.
Yeah, because the winner will have to face either Vicaire or who's the champion on SmackDown.
Couldn't tell you. So
is it Jade Cargill?
Little I carry Jade Cargill. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say on that one.
Huh. I mean, they're doing something with Asuka and Kairi Sane, so maybe Kairi Sane will cost Asuka the match or something, or we're kind of seeing that division of the Kabuki Warriors. It's coming, but I don't know. I mean, you already have Rhea Ripley is already a tag team champ with Io Sky. Doesn't seem like that's going anywhere anytime soon. Alexa Bliss, I don't know what they're doing with her. Tiffany Stratton, they need to do more with her. And then I couldn't care less about the qualifying match tonight. But that's just because I don't watch SmackDown. I don't know I don't see most of those wrestlers wrestle anyway, so.
Right.
But
it's all right. All good. Yeah. Kiana James has to win that match, otherwise it's like meh.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. And then we're gonna get Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee.
Yeah.
I hope that's the
No, we're
first
not.
match of the night. So just
Yep. No,
get
that's
on
it.
with it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I could see come out of this is maybe the return of Seth Rollins. But to have
No,
him come back
I think
with
they're going to keep them
this
separate.
is kind of lame because you still have that stuff with him in the Vision. Um, I don't know. I just don't think AJ Lee
I
is that
mean,
great of a wrestler. I'm sorry, I don't.
no, she never was. She never was. But, what got her over was her character back in the day, her crazy character. That was cool back in the day. But,
and
she's
and
older
everybody
now.
was attracted to her.
Yeah, and she still looks great. I'm not trying to say she's old and
Neither
doesn't
was
look
I.
good. She does, but she's older, and it doesn't sit right as far as the same kind of gimmick. It's that was 10 years ago, and some things are good to bring back for a one-off kind of thing, but some things are not. Some things are best left on the shelf,
Yeah,
and this was one of them. And very one-dimensional, same kind of promos as before. Not terrible, but they really sink when you have Becky on the other side, because I think if she was doing promos with someone else, that could raise the bar. But instead, it's looked just awful and it's brought her down. So, yeah, this has been a wash for me.
yeah. Who cares? Who cares about Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee? Well, I mean, it could mean something if AJ wins. Then AJ has the belt.
I'm okay with that. It's better than Becky having a belt.
I guess.
And then you have AJ Lee and Punk with the belts. Power couple,
Which
Um,
is mirroring Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And then you got to bring back Seth Rollins.
yep.
Interesting.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't care though. Seth Rollins. I
It's
don't care
more
about Seth
exhausting than anything.
Rollins.
Yeah.
But
I know.
that's it. That's the show that we got. I mean, if anything else to add, anything else?
No, I thought it was a decent show overall. I don't think it was terrible. Um, Definitely need something stronger on the go home show this week for Elimination Chamber. Um, we got to have less. If you're going to have promos, make them mean something instead of just, here's what I got to say. What do you have to say? Ooh, okay. See ya, Elimination Chamber. It's like, that's horseshit
Yeah.
and doesn't make me want to see anything more involving this nonsense. Um, put something in there. Give me something that's going to make me say, "Holy crap, I got to watch this."
Yeah. Like, why not have Becky just beat the shit out of AJ Lee, dude? Like, why didn't they just have that? So that you could have that feeling of, I hope AJ just beats the shit out of her.
Well, I think with a week to go, they'll do it this Monday. If AJ Lee is going to go over Elimination Chamber, Becky has to get some heat on her this Monday, and that involves her not cowering down and acting like a fool in the ring. That involves her attacking her from behind and beating the shit out of her and leaving her laying. Make it look like she can't compete at an Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Have AJ Lee coming out all bandaged up and, now you have a reason to be scared and act stupid, you know?
Yeah.
But for just be standing there one-on-one with somebody who hasn't wrestled in 10 years, except for one match, and to be acting terrified like a fool is just awful. But
Yeah.
they got to do more. They got to do more. And not just this storyline, other storylines too. Make me have some vested interest in this stuff.
Yeah.
Not just one guy wants to beat the other guy. Okay, cool.
Ooh. Yeah.
At least even UFC, they've got to the point where Conor McGregor promos are, as much as some people don't like him, they'll listen to his promos and they want to either see him get his ass kicked or want to see him win. But the fact of the matter is, they want to see him.
Yeah.
And they'll pay money either way. Whether they want to see him win or lose, I want to pay to see it happen.
And as opposed to WWE fans, they'll just pay for whatever. They'll just pay for shit on their plate. Like,
yeah, I mean, but some people won't, as you can see by the Mania sales. Some people are like,
yeah.
You want me to drop that kind of coin for what? Give me something. Give me something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to pay Chris prices for a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Garbage. Give me more.
Garbage. Give me more substance to your shit.
Please. That's all.
That's it.
I still love WWE. I think they're great.
Yeah. So do I.
In this mode right now where they're just finding their way and they need to ditch whoever's giving them the direction right now.
Yeah.
And
hire you.
I don't know. No. I'm too busy, man. I'm too busy.
Hire me then. I'll take it.
There you go. Take Drew. He'll do better than me anyway.
I don't know about that, but yeah. But I mean,
just use our show. I mean,
I agree with everything you're saying. Yeah, use our show. I mean, we're giving you free fucking ideas, and they used to watch us, but I feel like it's because we haven't been uploading as much, but that's okay. But yeah, they used to watch our show.
So bad.
What's up?
That's why their product has gotten so bad, because they're not watching us anymore.
Yeah. They gotta get back to They gotta get back to being Doyledin. That's it. That's it. Well, that's all I got to say. That's all you got to say. This has been the Doyledin podcast. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever your time zone may be, don't forget to always stay Doyledin. I'll catch you in the next one.